Well, folks, we are back for the fourth and final day. Hopefully, we've had a few winners, and if not, I'm sure we'll be all drowning our sorrows at this stage. But we'll give that Friday one last crack. This is being recorded on Sunday, so prices and that might have changed by the time that the video was out. We will kick off, Ryan, with the first race of the day at 120 with the JCB Triumph Hurdle. So, have you got a fancy in this?
I do actually, Dean, would you believe? But I think, Dean, we're going to have a great Cheltenham, and I think you're going to be swimming in money. You have that pool out the back, that's going to be full of dollar bills. You're betting in dollars as well. You're not even doing euros because you're blocked from every website. So for me, though, Dean, for the Triumph, I have a great record in this. I have to emphasise that. Calexius, a 4-year-old at 4-year-old, great price. Trained by Henry de Bromhead, not Gordon Elliott. He's been foot perfect so far by Cheveley. Shut up. Been absolutely foot perfect so far. He's won at Leopardstown the other weekend. I have last weekend wrote.
What's last weekend, right? About last month,
Yeah, look, there's not much you could fault. I think he wins the Triumph. And yeah, like I said, my record at the Triumph has been absolutely appalling.
Yeah, well, we move on now to the Albert Bartlett, and this is actually a race that I've done pretty well in years gone by, with the likes of Martello Tower being one. I like a couple here. As the lads have alluded in the last couple of days, we have spoke to John McConnell. If you have seen that video, you will hear him talk about Streets of Doyen's chance here. I think by speaking to John, it has put a definite flag up on my radar that Streets of Doyen has a massive chance here at 20-1, and I would love to see that happen. Another one that would be on my radar is Admiral for Tom Lacey, who now to win this race in the past, like it's been needed to be dog stayers, tough horses, and I think the way Admiral won the last time, I think he was real hardy and real tough. He's in there about 12-1. Two good each way bets there, Admiral and Streets of Doyen. Then that brings us on, lads, to the big race of the day, the Gold Cup. And again, I have one here. I would love to see Album Photo go ahead and do it again. I seen Album Photo on Chase debut at Navan. Like, Wally Mullins loves that race to start them out. But there's nothing more that I would love to see than that for a racing point of view and for Wally Mullins. Wally Mullins never won a Gold Cup until 2 years ago, and now he's bidding for a hat-trick. Just absolutely love to see it. Love to see it for racing. I think the big danger in the race is going to be Native River. And if anybody wants to take on Album Photo, Native River wouldn't put you off it. Good each way bet, 12-1. But for the perspective of history, Cheltenham and Wally Mullins, come on, the Album Photo. Now, Shane, we pass over to you, Shane, for the last two races of the races that we're covering.
So look at the Martin Pipe. This one here, in my opinion, there's a bit of a plot job going on. Now, for those who have been following ITV racing, in particular the ones that mightn't have, say, Racing TV or Sky Sports Racing, but if you've been following ITV racing, there's a horse you would have seen there last weekend, and that was Langerdan for Harry Skelton, currently priced in around 10-1. Now, if this horse wins this race on Friday, they get 50,000 of a bonus. So now it doesn't take a genius to know that the day in Sandown, when it absolutely hacked up, it looked to be a total plot job. Now, I don't know what penalty they've gotten for that win, or if they've gotten a penalty at all, or if the penalty is going to be issued after the race in Cheltenham. But I think he's miles ahead of the rating that he's going to be getting. I think he's well thrown in here. I think currently priced around 10-1. I think the Skeletons are making a bit of a shrewd move here. The fact that the bonus is there up for grabs, I think they're going to be there firing on all cylinders. And hopefully this Langerdan will be winning here fairly comfortably at a price of 10-1. Finally, then the last race will be covering the Fox Hunters. I would love to see Maxine O'Sullivan's crown being kept with the O'Sullivan family, which it came to pass here. But at a price of 8-1, I'd be willing to look elsewhere. And there's one here for I think it's Enda Bulger, Stand Up and Fight. Currently priced in around 14-1. Probably, well, no, Anya O'Connor won't be riding it now, but I think it's Richie McLaurin riding it now. Like I said, currently priced around 14-1. All you have to do is look at the race it won in Punchestown earlier on in the year. It had the likes of Billaway in behind, Stand Up and Fight, Staker Wallace. I'm trying to think who else off the top of my head. There's been a few more as well. I think Winged Leader was one of them as well. They've all come out since and been very, very prolific. Billaway obviously is the favourite for this particular race. I do not like him at all at a price of 5-2. But Stand Up and Fight at 14-1 definitely looks to be a great each way aspect for this particular race or Friday.
Yeah, just when you're on about there, Shane, you're on about Richie McLaurin, and Richie's actually been booked up for It Come to Pass. They're not Stand Up and Fight.
Yeah. Okay, that's where I was getting wrong. I was looking to see who was on instead of Maxine, but who's on for who's on Stand Up and Fight then?
I'm not sure. 2 seconds here to try and get this to load. There's nobody booked for that yet.
Okay, right. We'll just leave it. We'll just say okay. We'll crack on again.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. Personally, for my choice for the Fox Hunters, look, I know my heart is saying Stand Up and Fight. I'd love to see it win for our former guest Maxine O'Sullivan and the Sullivan family, obviously. But realistically, I don't like the price. I think 8-1 is a little bit too short for my liking. Hasn't necessarily done enough for me to warrant a price of 8-1. But one for me that's beaten all of the top of the market before. Stand Up and Fight for Enda Bulger, currently priced around 14-1. Realistically, look at all you have to do is go back and look at the race in Punchestown when it won. Bet Billaway, Stand Up and Fight, Winged Leader. Or no, it didn't beat Stand Up and Fight. I bet it came to pass. It is Stand Up and Fight. I can honestly say, look, at 14-1, in my opinion, looks to be very, very much overpriced. I think 14-1 is very generous. I think at an each way aspect, it could be picking worse horses at I suppose, better prices, really. And I think it's definitely in with an each way shout here. And look at a Mad Outsider won it last year, so who's to say a 14 or 20-1 or even a bit shorter Stand Up and Fight be able to win it this year for Enda Bulger?
Naps, boys, what do we got? Dean, we'll start with you.
Yeah, my nap for the Friday in the JCB Triumph Hurdle, Ryan, is totally against you, and I am all over Zana here. I have been for quite a long time. Shane, what's your nap of the day?
My nap of the day is Langerdan at 10-1. I think this plot job is definitely there to be seen. The 50,000 bonus is definitely going to be very enticing for the Skeletons, and the way it won in Sandown there last week, it should be definitely well above the mark. I think 10-1 is a little bit generous and should definitely be availed of.
Folks, do stay tuned. We do try and do weekly videos. We try and get some guests on. We've had a few jockeys and stable staff and trainers and the likes on. We do try and bring an insight into racing that folks might not see, because we think that these people deserve to have their voices heard as well, because they are the hard-working people that makes the wheels go round in every yard. We will be back next week with another episode. Do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Myself and Ryan are over at Racing Records as well, and Shane is known as the Peaky Blogger on social media, or on Facebook. He's Peaky Horse on Twitter. Shane does daily videos for the National Hunt in Ireland. Myself and Ryan love previewing a Dundalk card on the Friday night, and as Ryan says, my swimming pull out the back might not be so swimming after Cheltenham, but hopefully it'll be after Dundalk on Friday night then. If all goes to plan, hopefully we'll have a good day on Friday, and thanks for watching. Do hit the like, share and subscribe buttons. Thank you.